Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be collecting every single point of interest in Witcher 3. I'm talking abandoned sites, bandit camps, guarded treasures, hidden treasures, monster nests, places of power, smuggler caves, spoils of war, monster dens, and persons in distress. Every single collectible in this game, I'm going to be collecting from 0 collected to absolutely every single one collected. From all sections of the map, I'm going to be collecting these. So this is going to be a very hard challenge for me to tackle in this video, but I'm gonna do it. So, and yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be hundreds or maybe even thousands of different collectibles. I mean, every smuggler cache. Holy crap, I'm going to be spending a lot of time swimming in Skellige. Okay, first things first, to make this challenge a little bit easier for myself, I am going to start a new game plus, and we're just going to play the game for like the next 10 hours so I can like unlock every area. Okay, so I have unlocked every single area on the world map. And we're going to start with the first location here, which is White Orchard. If I look at the map, it says that the first abandoned site is right there. That's pretty simple. Let's go get that. Alright. Oh my god. Okay, ghouls. Okay. This is easy. Oh, boom, die. They're not owl ghouls, so they're very easy and simple. Oh. Area liberated. Yes. Okay, that's one abandoned site down. Okay, so I just spent the rest of White Orchard pretty much just getting a bunch of monster nests, bandit camps, guarded treasures, hidden treasures. It was pretty easy. However, it definitely wasn't without its glitches, and there were a couple moments when I was going through all the collectibles in White Orchard that the game just decided to not work anymore. Okay. My game is crashing. What in the hell? I don't know what's happening. I was literally trying to collect one of the bandit camps and I don't... Okay. And there was times where I was just straight up being beaten by the map's geography. What the fuck? Okay, so one of these places, these bandit camps, is like on this little hill right here, but for some fucking reason there's like this constant cliff all around, so like I literally cannot get up to it. What the fuck? This is so stupid. Come on. Oh my god. Okay, there's a path. Okay, jeez, I was about to say, seriously? But fear not, I surmounted all those obstacles and got every single collectible in White Orchard. This Spoils of War is the last thing we have to collect in White Orchard. Whew. My god. Alright. There it is. Okay, great. Alright. That was it. We've officially collected every single collectible in White Orchard. Look at all those grayed out collectibles. That is very satisfying to look at. So that took about an hour, which isn't super bad. I've done worse challenges, but I can't even imagine how many hours Velen and Novigrad are gonna take. I mean, my goodness. Look at all these question marks. Okay, well, we might as well get started. Alright, I'm gonna start here, near the coast, because this just... My god, that's a lot. And so began my 5-hour journey into Velen and Novigrad. So this section of the map was definitely a level up. It was much harder than White Orchard. That was for a lot of reasons. While I was still finding the same types of points of interest like hidden treasures, monster nests, smuggler caches, places of power, and all that same stuff, it was just at a much larger scale, and I found myself spending many hours just riding around on Roach, getting to each point of interest. One thing that also shocked me about this region was just the sheer amount of bandit camps and deserters and cannibals there were. I probably cleared over like 50 different bandit camps, so I had a lot of practice with my sword. Absolutely destroying these cannibals. Oh my god, oh my god. This is very violent. But the hardest part of all about this region was these two particular question marks in Velen that I could not for the life of me find. Or these two question marks I can't find. They're somehow below, it's saying. But like, I'm here at this building. What do you mean below? Like, what's below this ground here? This doesn't make any sense. What I found out is that I actually needed to do the quest with Kaer Morhen to actually get underneath that cave where those points of interest was. So I literally had to go out of my way to complete the story to get some of these points of interest.
Medallion's humming. Place of power.
Alright, here it is. Let's go. I'll do anything to get this challenge done. Oh, and here's the other one. Hidden treasure. There we go. Okay, I feel much better now. We got both of them. After a tumultuous 3 hours and finishing that Kaer Morhen's quest, I eventually finished all of Velen and then made my way up to Novigrad, which had more of the same that Velen had, just more monster nests and stuff like that. However, one thing that particularly irritated me about Novigrad was the spiders. Oh my god, this is so gross. Oh my god, I have phobia. I'm literally not looking at the screen right now. Like, you can't see my face, but I'm not looking at this. Grosses me out. Well, I mean, holy crap. Why would I want to fight spiders? This is so gross. Okay, this is actually hard for me. And a couple more hours passed, and then I was nearly done with Novigrad. So then, at that point, I only had a few more question marks left, and those were usually just smuggler caches that were in and out of the free city of Novigrad, you know, which wasn't that bad at all. It was good practice because I'm going to be going to Skellige after this region, and that place is literally just smuggler caches. So it was good practice for me. And then finally, after 5 hours, I was done. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this question mark right here is the last one. Alright, I just double checked and that was everything. I've gotten everything. This is the last one. Alright, it's abandoned site. Okay, looks like it's just a bunch of drowners. Okay, no problem. This is easy. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay. Area liberated. That was the last place in the whole Novigrad Velen region. Alright, now we're on to Skellige. Alright, so this is Skellige's map. Holy crap, look at all those question marks. Oh my god. This is gonna take so long. Okay. Skellige. This was definitely by far the worst location for this challenge. I started off by getting a place of power, and then from there I gradually went along the coast, getting the preceding points of interest that I found. But the thing that really set Skellige apart from the other regions of the map was the amount of time I was spending in the water. Because Skellige is in fact an archipelago, I spent a lot of time boating to get to the next points of interest, but then that didn't last very long, because then sirens came to ruin that. Great. They sunk my boat. Fucking sirens. So then, I ended up swimming. I was doing a lot of swimming in Skellige. And as I went, I kept finding more underwater treasures and a ton of sirens. So many sirens, seriously, it's insane. I felt like every time I got back on my ship, sirens would attack it again. It was so annoying. And then things got even trickier, because a certain question mark I wasn't able to find. It was on top of this snowy mountain. It seemed as if it was under the mountain, and that's exactly where it was. It turns out that I had to do 3 separate quests in the Skellige storyline, because during a certain quest, that's the time where you eventually find that point of interest in a cave underneath the mountain, which happened to be a place of power. Alright, it's this treasure. It's this tunnel. Alright, here we go. Place of power. I did 3 quests to get this place of power. Come on. Let's go. I can't believe I did 3 quests for this. And there were some interesting points of interest. They weren't all just boring, regular old underwater treasures. One of them involves me having to solve an interesting puzzle. And if I turn it a certain way, it'll go yellow. So I need them both to be red. Make that red. There we go. And then make this one red as well with this lever. Okay, so this is red, so that's good. Oh, it's red, and this should open. Oh, what? Huh? Do they all need to be yellow instead? Yellow, 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 and yellow. Oh! I'm a genius.
Huh?
They were supposed to be yellow. So that was pretty fun. But then it was smuggler cache time. There were so many smuggler caches. I was doing this for hours, diving underneath, collecting what was in the chests. I mean, it was so tedious. And then finally, I was nearly done. Okay, so I've been collecting these points of interest for a few hours, and we have nearly done it in Skellige. So all these smuggler caches here, every single one, we actually had to dive down and get them. It was terrible. Yeah, so we've gotten all of these, except no. There were 2 more question marks in Skellige that I hadn't gotten to yet, and I was hit by quite the surprise. It turns out that these 2 particular points of interest are accessed in a cave, just like one of the other ones. Except you can only access that cave in the Sunstone quest, a quest that takes place way late into the game. And remember, this is a new game plus, so that meant that I literally had to play through the entire story to get through those points of interest. We have to, because I did not just spend the last 6 hours getting the rest of these so that I could quit now. It's not happening. So I played through the entire story. I played through the Skellige storyline, I played through the Velen storyline, I did the entire Baron's quest, I did the entire Novigrad storyline, I, helped Dijkstra find his treasure. I did the entire thing. I found Ciri, and then I did the entire Battle of Kaer Morhen, and only after all of that was I finally able to reach the Sunstone quest. They're telling me to meet Philippa at the Elven Ruins, and the question marks are right here. Alright, come on, I've completed the entire game to get here, so please show me where I can get these question marks. Alright, here's one of them. It's a place of power. Okay, give it to me. Boom! That's 1 question mark done. Now we just have to get this one. This is the last one in Skellige. Alright, here it is. Hidden treasure. What? You try to do it like this. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, yes. That was the last one. That was the last question mark. There are no more question marks in Skellige. I've done every single one. I can't believe I spent 10 hours just to get those last 2. Wow. I am insane. Okay, so now that Skellige was finally done, now the hard part of the Witcher 3's map was pretty much over. Now we only had 2 locations left to get through. We had the DLC added place Toussaint, and we also had Kaer Morhen. That was it. So let's start with Toussaint. Toussaint was relatively easy compared to Skellige, doing the points of interest. It wasn't really that interesting. I started off by getting an abandoned site. In addition, it was pretty much similar. There were also the same kinds of monster nests and guarded treasures. But Toussaint was really big, so it did take over 2 hours for me to get all the points of interest here. And it wasn't all that boring. There were some interesting points of interest I was involved in. One of them was where I was catching grave robbers trying to rob treasure, and then I ended up taking that treasure that they were trying to rob. And the new DLC added places adds a lot of new interesting things, like these weird centipedes that I came across that were really tough to fight, as well as these weird plant things and vineyard infestations, night errants in distress, and the coolest one, Hansa bases, which were basically these huge bandit camps on steroids that would take me nearly a half hour to complete. And they were pretty fun. They had these cool bosses at the end. So ultimately it wasn't all that bad. It was definitely a nice change of pace from the several hours I spent swimming in Skellige. And then once that was all finally done, I had reached the last question mark in Toussaint. Okay, so this is the last question mark in Toussaint. Alright, let's get it. Let's get it. Come on. Alright, we're in a cave now. Oh, okay, that was it. So now that's grayed out. Okay, so that is every question mark in Toussaint done. Got all of them. Not all of them are showing up on the map for some reason, but I definitely got all of them because I double checked with the map. For some of the reasons, some of the bandit camps are hidden by guarded treasures, and for some reason the map just isn't showing them, but I got those. Yeah, that's Toussaint done. And then from there, once that was finally done, we were on to the last location in Witcher 3, Kaer Morhen. And this place was by far the easiest. There were barely any collectibles on this map. It took me like 15 minutes to get through all of them. Some of them took a while to show up on the map, but ultimately it wasn't that tricky. It was a really big walk in the park. Just a bunch of caves and bears. And eventually I had finally reached the last string of these 3 caves on the top mountain that I needed to get to finish the game. Oh my god, there is a lot of monsters in this cave. Okay, this is like the first cave. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, what is that? This is what it all comes down to. Once I get this done, I'm done. I don't have to ever do this again. All the question marks will be done. Alright, second cave. We need to go to the second cave. What? Is that it? Just takes me right out again. Okay. It's the last one. It's up here. Leave me alone, Neckers. I've killed enough of you. Go, last cave. Come on. Is that it? Is this it? Literally just a big bowl of stew? I don't get it. There's nothing else here. There's no other collectible. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it. That was the last collectible in Witcher 3 that I've gotten. Okay, so we've gotten everything from Velen and Novigrad. Literally, if we zoom in, all of these done. Oh my god. Just look at this. Then we got all the ones in Skellige too, which was a gosh darn nightmare. Oh my god. There were 59 smuggler caches here. Like, they added so many. Why did they add so many? I don't know. And White Orchard, of course, that was the first place we did, and that was pretty easy. And we ultimately got it all done. Maybe I missed something, I don't know. That is something that you can critique.